Welcome to the WHHI-TV Daily News. I'm Betsy McDaniel. As always, there's a lot to talk about in the Low Country today, so let's get started with our headlines. The governor and members of the state legislature recently announced a partnership that could save college students thousands of dollars. The University of South Carolina, Clemson University, and all 16 of the state's technical colleges have agreed to allow students to transfer credits between the technical college system and the universities. Students will be guaranteed the ability to transfer about 2 semesters worth of classes, or around 30 credit hours. This new program will save some students up to $30,000. A controversial playground in Port Royal will finally open for play with all $800,000 of playground equipment intact. You may remember that former Parks and Recreation Director Shannon Loper approved the equipment back in May without the proper approval. Any procurement over $200,000 needs approval from County Council first, but Council did not find out about the purchase until at least 4 months later, after the equipment had already been installed. Loper was let go from her position, but Council did ultimately approve leaving the equipment in place. The handicap-inclusive playground will host its grand opening January 27th. After 7 years, the Hague Point Community Association will end its running of operating the public ferry to and from Daufuskie Island. As of January 16th, the contract switches to Country Ferry. The schedule will remain the same with the exception of the late Friday evening transfers to and from the island, which has been eliminated. Also, tickets won't be booked as round trip, although each one-way ticket is $3 less, and luggage will now travel with passengers for a $25 fee. Children under 7 can ride for free with a paying adult, but pets require a separate ticket and must remain on leashes or restrained at all times. Locals and visitors can make reservations by visiting Lowco-on-Lowco.com. It is recommended that riders arrive at embarkations 45 minutes before departure time. We were all saddened to learn earlier this week of the passing of Josephine Wright, the legendary pillar of our community. But her story is far from over. Over many months, we all followed along as she fought to keep her home and property from the Georgia-based developer Bailey Point Investments. Some pretty famous names were following the story as well, with donations from Snoop Dogg, Kyrie Irving, and Meek Mill, helping her GoFundMe page reach over $367,000. Her family is using those donations to establish the Josephine Wright Foundation, a nonprofit dedicated to helping other Gullah landowners retain their family land. Tyler Perry had also promised to build her a new home, and he intends to keep that promise, announcing in a Facebook post, "My prayer is that you rest in peace, knowing that I will honor the commitment I made you. I know you'll be watching as I hand the keys to your family." Clearly, her impact will endure for many generations. And when executives from King Arthur Flour visited the campus of TCL's Culinary Institute of the South late last year, the company was so impressed by what they saw, they decided to collaborate with the school to hold the first ever Tastes Like Home recipe contest, in which the winner could get a trip to the baking company's headquarters or a $5,000 scholarship to the Culinary Institute of the South. The contest is open to 11th and 12th graders in Beaufort, Hampton, Jasper, and Colleton County schools, and current students at the Institute. Participants must submit a sweet or savory original recipe that tastes like home using King Arthur flour, along with written responses to prompts and pictures to the online application on TCL's website. Each entry will receive a coupon for a free bag of flour. Deadline to apply is February 11th. Finalists will be notified in March and will compete live at the Culinary Institute of the South on April 6th. The media sources on your screen will have more on these and other stories, and we would love for you to like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram at WHHI-TV. And if you have an idea for a news story, we'd love to hear it, so drop us a line at news@WHHITV.com. And now here's Justin Jarrett with what happened last night in the Loco.
Hey, it's time for Last Night in the Loco on WHHI, powered by LocoSports.com. Thursdays aren't usually heavy nights for high school basketball, but the limited slate we had last night included a pair of Lowco-on-Lowco matchups from the private school ranks. Patrick Henry's girls limited Beaufort Academy's Kamirah Freeman to 18 points after she had averaged 34 over her previous 2 games, and Lillian Lucas matched her with 18 to lead the Patriots to a 49-37 win, while the Ferry twins, Forrest and Hugh, combined for 36 points as PHA's boys held off BA 64-60 for the sweep. John Paul II also swept a Lowco rival, taking a pair from the Cross Stingrays. Brady Mahoney racked up 24 points, 13 rebounds, and 3 assists to lead the Golden Warriors to a 62-40 win in the girls' game, and JPII's boys used a balanced effort to overwhelm the Stingrays 74-26. It's Friday night, so we have a big slate of high school basketball on tap around the Loco, including more Lowco-on-Lowco clashes with the Hilton Head Seahawks entering the Den to face the Bluffton Bobcats, and Hilton Head Christian Academy traveling to Sea Pines to face off with rival Hilton Head Prep. The last time the boys teams played, it was for the state championship in Sumter. We'll round it all up at 10 p.m. tonight on the Loco Hoops Report, and you can also catch us Sunday night for Sandshark Rewind at 8 p.m. and the Loco Grind, presented by Reverence Wrestling Club at 10 p.m. For Loco Sports and WHHI, I'm Justin Jarrett. Until next time, go Loco.
Thanks, Justin. What can we expect in the weather? Let's find out with Maria.
Thanks, Betsy. Yep, so taking a look ahead, we are going to get a break from the rain this weekend, but it is going to come back around starting next week. So taking a look at Saturday, it's going to be sunny to partly cloudy, with Hilton Head having a high 64, a low of 42, Bluffton to a high 66, a low of 40, and Beaufort to a high 66 and a low of 42. Come Sunday, it's going to be sunny, with Hilton Head having a high 58, a low of 39, Bluffton's going to have a high 58, a low of 37, and Beaufort's going to have a high 58 and a low of 38. The sunrise for this weekend is going to be at 7:25 and sunset's going to be at 5:39. Looking at the beach tides, Saturday high tide is going to be at 10:33 a.m. and low tide is going to be at 5:50 p.m. And then come Sunday, high tide is going to be 11:22 a.m. and low tide is going to be at 6:39 p.m. Taking a look into next week, Monday, it's going to be cloudy with scattered showers starting in the afternoon and continuing on into the evening. Highs will be in the 60s, lows in the 30s and 40s. Then come Tuesday, we're going to see scattered showers and thunderstorms throughout the day, but should be clearing up by the evening. Highs will be in the 50s, lows in the 30s. And then come Wednesday, it's going to be sunny but chilly as the highs are going to drop down into the 40s and lows are going to be in the 20s. That's it for today. Let's head it back to the desk.
Thanks, Maria. After a quick break, Allie McNair will give us a community development update. Stay with us.